Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I know it's lunchtime and after lunch and we all got food coma. So I'm gonna expose our two main speakers today. Okay, these two main speakers, of course, is Sean Seah and also Robert Kiyosaki, right? What do they have that nobody actually talks about? Why are they so successful? Okay, and it got to do with the topic that I am talking today, which is on storytelling. As to why, if you learn this, it's going to be a money-making skill. Okay, let me share with you a case study. This is a company, okay, that we produced a video for in 2016. Back in 2016, they just started and they are competing with competitors who have been around for over 10 years, right? So as you know, when you have a business, you're going to promote on social media, right? And then most people will do Facebook ads. So what they usually do is they would say how good their company are, the services that they provide, and their prices, so on and so forth. But we take a unique approach by sharing a personal story of the founder who had a debt of over $75,000 and how he overcame it. And as you can see, they have over 488 shares and over 27,000 views. And all these are all organic, meaning they do not pay for their Facebook ads. And then that was back in 2016, and with the same story, he repurposed that video to right now TikTok, right? TikTok is the in thing right now. So what happened was there's over 129,000 views. But the best thing is, if you are a business owner, is this. They grew from 1 to 2 appointments to 9 to 12 appointments per day, which is a growth of almost 300%, and with just one story. So is there any business owner out there? Type me. Right? So this is not only for business owners, and I'm going to maybe introduce myself first. I'm Johari. I'm the founder of Video Story Branding, where I share with people the power of storytelling for their personal brands so that they can stay unique and memorable. Okay, and in order to make sense of my talk today, I'm going to bring you back to almost 22 years ago. Do you know what paper is this? Do you know what this is? Let me know in the chat. What is this? PSLE? No. O-level, yes. This is my O-level cert. Okay, and as you can see, I only got one O-level, and that is in my native mother tongue, which is in Malay. My English, I got D7. Even if you look closely, mathematics is not even stated in the cert itself. But actually, I got A for art. I was absent. Okay, so I remember the day I brought back this cert to my mom. I came home and showed this cert to my mom. She kind of expected, my result because I wasn't studying. And she said something to me. She said to me, how are you going to face your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, and your relatives? Aren't you going to be ashamed when they ask you about your result? And from that moment on, I grew up to have very low self-esteem. Right? Because this paper dictates that, that I'm stupid, I'm not clever enough, right? And I do not have the confidence to speak in front of people whom I thought was smarter than me, because I do not want to sound silly and stupid, right? And that's how I grew up. And right after O-levels, I go to ITE. Even then, I did not complete my ITE. And then I go for national service. And right after national service, yes, I work as a safari man. No, kidding. I work as a customer service officer in Sentosa. I remember my first pay was $1,250, around there, right? Because it was the most convenient job. It was the most convenient job because I only have one O-level, right? But during that time, I was angry that how can my salary, equates to the level of my academic qualification. I find it that I have so much more in me that I should be earning more. So even though I hate studying, I love reading, especially on personal development books. I love reading personal development books, and people like Tony Robbins and Adam Khoo, I love reading their books, and I watch their videos and how they present. I wanted to be a speaker and trainer like them. Right? I wanted to be a speaker and trainer like them. And I realized one thing, Like I shared with you earlier, right? What makes Sean, Sia, and Robert Kiyosaki, people like Tony Robbins, Adam Khoo, all these powerful speakers, what makes them so influential is the way they tell their stories. And if you realize, starting from today's conference, right, those who tell stories are the ones that engage you, that hook you in, which you build rapport with. Right? So what did I do? I wanted to learn more of storytelling because I wanted to switch my career to be a full-time trainer and speaker. And so I joined clubs like Toastmasters so that I can improve on my public speaking and also my storytelling. And I remember that, as I mentioned with you, I wanted to be a trainer and speaker. But as a full-time trainer, most of the job requires you to have at least a minimum, a diploma, right? A diploma, which I don't have. So what did I do? I just applied. I did not tell them I do not have a diploma. I just applied all the jobs that I see online. And what happened was, I got called up for this company. It was an enrichment company, teaching children, the irony is teaching children study skills and memorization skills. So I went for the interview, and what did I do? I tell them my story, my passion, what did I want to do, and I feel that if I tell you now that I do not have a diploma, will it stop you from employing me? And the boss was actually quite impressed and made a special arrangement for me to be a trainer who doesn't have a diploma. And this is me teaching primary 6 students at the PSLE bootcamp on study techniques and memorization skills. Okay, so please do not tell their parents, okay, that I do not have a diploma. Okay, but what I want to share with you is that storytelling opened doors for me, right? And I'm able, this is my dream right here, guys. Standing here and speaking with thousands of you is such an honor because this is my dream. For a guy who has D7 in English, I'm able to speak with all these international speakers. I'm able to share my storytelling skills with others who are business owners, or those who want to improve their personal brands. And I find joy in telling stories to all these people. And it's opened many doors for me. Now the thing is, why am I telling you all this story? Because to me, storytelling literally changed my life. It changed my life. I thought that I was not clever enough, I was not smart enough, I could not speak well enough, but here I am today. I'm talking to you right now not to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you are able to master this skill, you too can be a powerful speaker. Would you like to be a powerful speaker? Gain influence, and when you speak, people will start listening to you, right? And as Steve Jobs said, the most powerful person in the world is the storyteller, right? If you see our late Lee Kuan Yew, for example, the way he tells his stories, his vision of Singapore is what we bought in. It's what created emotional engagement with the audience. So now, why is this such an underrated money-making skill? Because people always talk about you need to speak well, public speaking, you need to improve your English. But hey, I got D7 in English, right? But I master storytelling. If you want to grow your business, you want to have to go for your dream job like me, especially when you go for interview, what happened? They will ask you, tell us about you, tell us about your story. And that's where you are able to actually impress them. And of course, you will have more sales. More sales, why? Because people hate to be sold. But in order to have more rapport, you share your story, right? And if you are a leader, executives and above in your workplace, if you want to inspire, influence, and communicate effectively that when you talk, people actually listen up and listen and even remember what you said, then you need to learn storytelling. And the best part of all, okay, which I'm going to share later as well, on how you can start a side hustle and start a business sharing about storytelling to other business owners out there. There are many, many businesses out there who need help with their marketing. And most of them will engage people who do Facebook ads, social media advertisement and things like that. But what they lack is the content, a strong content, which is on storytelling, okay? But what makes a good storyteller? You need to have the 3 Ps. Do you remember that sometimes you have people telling you story, and then you're like, okay, why are you telling me this story? And sometimes when people start telling story, you're like, yeah, please get to the point. Right? Because they lack these 3 Ps. These 3 Ps are plot, purpose, and personality. And because we don't have much time right now, I'm going to just share with you 1 P, and if you are interested to learn the other 3 Ps, stay on, okay? So the first one that I'm going to share with you is about plot. In every good story, there is a plot, right? There's always the beginning, middle, and the ending. You need to stick to this, where the beginning is 25%, middle, where the chunk of the content is, and then finish off with the ending, and we follow this SPARK framework. You always share about the situation, and every good story must have a problem. And then how you take action overcoming that problem, and then what is the resolution, what's the result, and what do you want the audience to take away? How do you want them to feel? That's where the SPARK storytelling framework came about. So guys, if you want to influence people, you need to speak to them on an emotional level, right? If you want to tell your kids to do something, or your wife or husband to do something, you need to speak to their emotional level, and that's where storytelling comes. So let me share with you the story that I shared earlier with you. I created in a video, okay, on Facebook, and we got over 3,000 shares, right? And then I repurposed that on TikTok. Okay, that's my TikTok video story branding. If you want to watch the video, you can go to my TikTok profile and watch that video, okay, the full video, and we got over 46,000 views. All these are organic, guys. All these are organic. But most importantly, we want to create a positive impact of those people that we want to speak to. Okay, we want to inspire others. So my question to you is, would you like to be an effective storyteller? And if all these questions resonates with you, and if you too, like me, dream of being a public speaker, a trainer, or if you are a business owner and you want to differentiate yourself, or you want to learn this skill as a public speaking skill, then I would like you to partner with me. Okay, so all I want to share with you is that all you need is one good story. All these powerful speakers, they have one good story where they repurpose the story depending on the situation. And I'm going to invite you to my free class. Okay, this is more like a sharing session, okay, guys, because I know I only got 15 minutes here. And let me do 1 more hour with you, especially for those who are interested in pursuing this, either as a side hustle, okay, or for their business, or want to be a public speaker or trainer. Go ahead and scan this, okay, and join me and register. Join me in my Telegram group, and I will give you more details on how to register for this event. I hope to listen to your story. And guys, if you are staying on for this conference, I want you to listen to the stories that all these speakers are telling you, okay? And ask yourself, how do that make you feel? Okay, that's all for me. Johari here for Video Story Branding. I see you in my class. Goodbye.